Alrighty, this is a KTM 250 300 two-stroke starter motor rebuild. I'm not sure what four-strokes they use these on. The starter's used in quite a few different applications, I would assume. Nonetheless, it's when your starter gets to where it's not obviously starting the bike anymore, or it's hesitating, it's turning the engine over slowly, whatever the symptoms may be, your brushes are probably all that's all that is bad is they're just wore out. So to show you what brushes look like, these are what brushes are called right here. Now this is super simple, and you can get the Honda part number, which is right there, and replace these brushes that come in your KTM starter with those and get more life out of it. Things you want to be looking for: this bearing, obviously you want that to be free spinning. There's a seal inside here that you want to, it doesn't, you know, obviously you want it to seal, but it doesn't have to be perfect. This O-ring needs to be, you know, keeping water out. It has been doing that. There was no water intrusion in the starter. The other thing you want to do is take either some Scotch-Brite type material or fine sandpaper, and then just go over this armature here where the armature touches the brushes. What can happen is it'll end up turning that color, which it'll still contact, no problem, but this is just better. So what I'm doing here, I have two identical starters. I'm just going to see which one's brushes look worse and rebuild that one. The other one will just stay as backup. They honestly either of them don't look that bad, but if you're going to go through all the work of taking your engine out of your bike to replace the starter like you have to with the KTM, then you go ahead and put new ones in. They're obviously wearing at the same rate, meaning you can see this one here is slightly more worn than this one here. Both starters are the same way. I'm going to go ahead and rebuild this one. This one protrudes quite a bit more and it feels good. This one the springs still feel good. And another thing you can do is you can pull the springs out, elongate them, put them back in. But again, if you're going into change this out, you don't really want to band-aid it. You'd rather fix it the correct way. So the clean one is the one we're not going to rebuild because it seems like it'll last a little longer. This one here is the one we'll rebuild, which is perfect for the video. Oh, another thing you want to obviously look at is your splines. Make sure that they're nice and healthy. These are. So it's worth rebuilding it. A little bit of pitting in that shaft. It'll probably still seal fine with a good seal. But in order to, I would rather put that with a new seal, so I am going to change armatures. I'm going to go ahead and change these as well. So pretty much all we're doing is the back end. So I just cleaned that as well. Make sure the inside of the magnets are clean. Just give them a good wipe, a good blowout with some compressed air isn't going to hurt anything either. The accumulation of stuff over the duration of its life, you don't want that back in there if you can avoid it. I'm going to go ahead and I'll clean this after I've disassembled it, but then I'll give that a good cleaning too. Let me get a screwdriver. Phillips is not ideal, but with enough downward pressure, you can make it happen. So first things first, pull that, which is going to pull that brush and then your spring. And then the next one is on this side, which is a 10mm socket. Pull that. Drop this pin through. Well, everything's going to come out on you. It's all good. I think there is only one way that can go. I say that there isn't. but that is it. It's down. You can always we'll reference another one. There's an O-ring there that you want to take note of. It goes down in. Oh, nice. Things are all the way falling apart. Oh well. So just keep note of that. This is the other side of things. You're obviously going to reuse that pin. That brush is no longer going to be reused. I'm going to go blow all of this off with some brake clean. So obviously that's an old one and that's a new one right beside it. Not a huge amount of difference. Personally, I think that this could have gone a little while longer, but that you can see. Identical. That O-ring goes down in that little recess there. This piece goes back on like that. Then you can go ahead and add your brush, and then, well, maybe this is going to be best done like this. Alrighty, and then this as well. So this little black piece, if it comes apart on you, you want the small side to face the O-ring, but it's got to go through, so it's obviously got to be small side down on this, so that is flush and that'll contact the O-ring. Then that washer I got it upside down. I was correct. It's almost like it wants to be that way. Oh, it can be all the ways. Okay, sorry. Okay, that's now in and on. Next one. Sorry if it's a little drawn out. So, they both come off, that comes off that side. Maybe I was wrong in all of this. No. That should work, theoretically. May not, we'll see. gonna stretch these springs just a hair. Interesting. Cool. So now we have 2 new brushes in there. This one obviously was here, and it was easier for it to make that bend. First time I've done this, so, but I'm gonna deem this good to go. I'd put it in. There's no contact with this at all, so I'm gonna call that good. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little drop of some dry lube. There's a recess that it drops into. You can see that cutout right there. This doesn't have that same cutout, but as long as you line everything up, and I did make an extra little mark just to...
What's your extra mark?
There are marks there, but that's scratch, yeah.
I'm not taking no chances.
Now I need to get a 7 and we're done. The bike, mine, so I can give it some test runs. Mine has 350 hours on it, so not sure when it's gonna give up the ghost. Let's go ahead and get this bearing out.
You say give up the ghost?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Da.
Oh.
I'm gonna see if I can.
The spirit has left his body?
I guess.
Yeah.
Dang, that thing's spun a while. I want to put this one back together, but I also don't with the bad seal. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna put it back together. And I'll get to it when I get to it. The one that needs the seal and really a rebuild. Obviously your positive lead goes to that from your solenoid, so we're just going to set that on there, and then if I ground this out, it'll make it run. So it still works well. Let's see how the new one works. First revolution. boom. Ah! One more horsepower over here. So again, positive goes to that. We'll just balance that on that, and then we'll just arc this out. So